Honestly, if I had to say something, like over the 3 years I've been here, this major is like the major for builders, for people that like to tinker, for people that recreationally like building things just for fun.
Good enough for that?
Am I talking like clearly? By any chance? Okay, because I talk really fast and I had a cup of coffee, so even faster.
It's okay. You're talking like young people. I'm really happy to be here with one of our undergraduate majors, Yulei. So Yulei, would you please introduce yourself and just tell me what makes you a little bit special? Okay.
Yeah, so thank you for having me. My name is Yulei, and I'm a third-year robotics undergraduate student here at the University of Michigan, studying software with a computer engineering focus. And currently, within a robotics lab, I'm the sole undergraduate researcher on a joint project with Boeing, doing simulation infrastructure. And I have previously worked at Amazon Robotics as an embedded firmware software developer. So again, this is Professor Grizzle. He's a very tenured controls professor, and some might consider him the father of bipedal robotics.
Well, you know, when I was an undergrad, robotics didn't exist as a major, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people were still just starting to use robots to help enhance automotive manufacturing and things. Pick and place, welding, very controlled environments. Certainly wasn't a topic that was much taught even at the graduate level at that time. So my major is, even though I'm a robotics professor now, I do not have a robotics degree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the reality is a lot of students come to university to find jobs in industry right away. So I just want to hear a little bit about what you think.
It's going better than we even anticipated, I'll be honest with you. See, the problem is the job announcements are not made for students who have a bachelor's degree in robotics. So you have to read between the lines a little bit. Our students who are getting better and better at reading between the lines of these job postings are ending up at Amazon, JPL, Tesla, NASA, Ford Motor Company, Stryker, Neuro, Mott. So many schools are seeing that this should not be knowledge that's locked away at the graduate level. It should be accessible to students who don't want to spend 5.5 years in school. They want to come here 4 years, have the tools to go out and get a job that is satisfying and pays well. And I think that's what we are delivering.
Yeah, I've actually found that to be true in a lot of cases. They've asked for system integration engineers, which have to have a knowledge of how we do SLAM, how we work with LiDAR here, as undergraduates all the time, just in our classes. There's a lot of other companies that look for people that have a breadth of knowledge. So Professor Grizzle, outside the department, I constantly hear things like, isn't the robotics major just code with a little bit of hardware, or hardware with a little bit of code? In your opinion, what makes this different?
That's the point of view you have when you grow up in a silo, okay?
Okay.
It is not the point of view you have when you want to attack robotics as a systems problem. Robotics is the full sandwich. It's not a single slice. It's not a single silo. So yes, while it's true we can break it down into learning dynamics and control, human-robot interaction, simultaneous localization and mapping, perception, AI, etc. If you want that robot to be better than a Frankenstein monster, something that can actually contribute to society, we need seamless integration from the beginning.
I see, yeah. I think a good comparison is how in, I guess, software, to have a good understanding of embedded systems or how hardware even works is fundamental to like writing good, scalable software. Given that robotics is so broad, how would you say that we focus on a particular subject? How do we go deep?
We've created concentrations. So these concentrations, it's effectively like having a minor within your major. Focus on hardware, you can focus on perception and mapping, you can focus on software and artificial intelligence, you can focus on dynamics and control. Or you can become a full stack roboticist and add a few extra credits and try to cover all of those. But I think most of you will choose one.
So far, I've heard actually like varying takes on course rigor within the robotics department. So what is your take on this as somebody who designed our courses?
So I was shocked the other day when I learned that there's more than one definition of rigor. You see, as a faculty member who's mathematically oriented, to me, rigor is all the proofs and things that go behind developing algorithms that are fundamentally correct. But what I've understood is another perspective on rigor is only 5% of the students getting an A, okay? And making it where a third of the students are going to fail on any given thing. And we've designed the robotics curriculum to try to avoid that. We believe that if you're admitted to the University of Michigan, you're fundamentally very capable. Now, not all of us learn the same way, so we've tried to scaffold our subjects in such a way that you can absorb them. So for example, even when we teach math, we're teaching coding at the same time.
What's actually really nice about the robotics department is that we not only learn the theory, but we execute it right after we learn it. You can learn about how A-star works, but then right afterwards we code A-star. Like we code it from scratch and then we put it onto our robots and we can actually see it happen live in front of us.
You've been in the department for almost 3 years now, and you must have friends that are in almost every other department in the College of Engineering and even other departments on campus. What makes us unique, in your opinion?
We are a really close-knit community, and I think that's one thing that actually sets robotics apart. There's more of like a sense of community where we want to help each other out and less of a like cutthroat environment where it feels like you're being suffocated amongst your peers. So I will say that's definitely something that really does set us apart. There's less gatekeeping, you know? There's less gatekeeping.
That's a very important term.
Yeah, and to be put candidly, like we're preying on each other's up. So stuff like that.